What's good? How y'all doing out there this morning in YouTube land? It ain't my fault I beat the clock. I was on point. It's your boy BOOGOTTINYC. And like I always tell you, you could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. Hope everybody's having a fantastic Saturday, February the 15th. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. Y'all know what it is. It's your boy Bugatti NYC. If it's 6 o'clock, it's the bottom line. Hope everybody's having a fantastic morning today under the sound of my voice. What are you guys doing? How was your Valentine's Day? Chime in and let me know what y'all got going on for the day. But y'all know what we got to do first. Yeah, this helps me get it together. This helps me, wakes up the pores. We shake off the arms. We get our neck right. That's right. And we be thankful and happy to have another day to bless this wonderful earth, to see each other, to build with, and to get to the bottom line and do these stories. What's good, Joe DiMatteo, number one, shouting out this early in the morning. Hope you guys are good. Like I said, when you guys do chime in, let me know where you chiming in from, because I like to go do the research on your city, state, town, country, and then we bring it to the bottom line. This way we have a better dialogue. Boy, do we got a lot to cover today. Another full clip. Good morning, Billy Andy. Good morning, Betty Lynn. Good morning from Detroit. Drinking coffee, getting ready for some snow. Yeah, y'all getting some snow. Northern Kentucky, how you doing? What's up with Alaska? Billy Andy, that's right, Alaska. Salute, that's right. We're gonna start getting some news about Alaska, even though I know it's freezing up there. What's the weather like up there, Billy? Rose with no thorns. Good morning. It never rains in Southern California. See you when you get there. I haven't seen your face in a year. I can't wait till I get there. I don't know what airline, girl, but I know I won't be late, because they tell me it never rains in Southern. Woo! One of my favorite songs, one of my favorite places. We pray for you guys every single day. Jody Mateo, damn motherfucker, a polar bear. That's right. Joe don't care. He know what it is. He up there holding it down for Alaska. Like I said, everybody, I hope y'all having a fantastic morning. It's the bottom line. We got a lot of stuff to cover. It's Saturday. I know y'all having a fantastic weekend. Whoever's going to work, I'm working too. So I'm up early. And like we always say, the fact of the matter, it might be early. We might be tired. We might be stressed out. But the bottom line is what? He woke us up this morning. He gave us another chance. So God bless everybody, and let's get into it. Y'all know what we're doing. Chime in. Please try to stay on topic. We got a lot of stuff to cover today. I want to be the first one to say, I told you so about that guy right there. I told you he was going to play ball. I told you he was going to let them into New York to do what he had to do what they had to do. I told you he was going to cover his butt. But what are you supposed to do when they weren't looking out for him, when he was asking for all of that money? Him, who are you talking about, Bugatti? Talking about Mayor Adams in New York. But let's get into the titles. Let's go. As you guys can see, we got a smorgasbord up here. Woo, I don't know if you guys see the funny, but it's there. We got a whole smorgasbord of information on this thumbnail today. And let's not even wait. Let's get right into it. Trump's border czar hits New York City. That's right. Trump's border czar, Tom Homan, has finally got the A-OK to come into New York City and do what he has to do and get rid of illegal immigrants. They've actually got their seat back at Rikers Island now. That's a big story. We got to get into that one. Mayor Eric Adams is facing increasing scrutiny from many. You got Letitia James. She's really mad at him for playing ball with somebody that he really doesn't like, and that she really doesn't like. And you guys know these two relationship is not the best. So the last story that we also have on the thumbnail would be former U.S. aid member blows the whistle on inside agency abuse. we have different information from many different sources as far as Maria Salazar and Anna Paulina Luna, that also Elon Musk, that are basically coming out showing all the wasteful spending, all of the BS money that's being spent on stuff that we're not even going to believe in, transgender stuff overseas in the rainforest. Y'all not going to believe this. We got some hidden money, and that's what I just figured out. If they're doing something crazy that doesn't make sense in a place, that must mean a check is going somewhere else. I just figured that out. Now we also got up here, let's just get the smorgasbord out and let's announce our actors and our players for today. We've got Mayor Eric Adams. We've got Tish James with her AKA Eddie Murphy's mother from Nutty Professor. Don't know who put that up there. Have no idea. We've got Maria Salazar. We've also got Donald Trump, who's the president of the United States. Looks like he's going through a bit much because he's got a lot of people trying to come at him as he's trying to do what he promised to the American people. We've got Elon Musk. Again, like I said before, we've got Anna Paulina Luna. And last but not least, someone that we're really going to get a lot of information from is Lee Zeldin. So with that being said, you guys, let me ask you a question. Do you remember all of the pushback from the tariffs? Oh, it's going to send prices up if he puts these tariffs in. No tariffs were put in, no prices went up. He said he's going to send people back to their country. Venezuela, Guatemala, other countries said, we're not taking the people back. Well, guess what? They're taking the people back. And what do you guys think about this? I'm talking about they taking them back for real. What do you guys comment about this? This is live deportation flights from Venezuela. This is the flight that actually reached Venezuela from the immigration policy where all of these criminals are now headed back home. They landed back home. What do you guys think about this? This is one of the first flights going back to Venezuela for all of the illegal criminals that were arrested and that were taken back through Tom Homan, ICE, and Homeland Security. All going back to where they came from. All people that were not supposed to be in the United States, and they're going back. I mean, they look healthy to me. Flights look okay. You know, doesn't look like they've been beaten or tortured. They're just going back home. They weren't supposed to be here. They came here illegally. Looks like they're going back home, guys. What do you guys think about something like this? A lot of people have a lot of stuff to say about it as far as on the other side, oh, you shouldn't treat people this way. Everyone deserves to have a honest day's pay, honest day's work. People that come to the United States should be able to migrate. My personal belief, guys, I think that they should do it legally. I don't know what you guys think. You guys let me know what you think. This is now Venezuela, who said they were not, I repeat, they were not going to be taking any of their prisoners back. How come nobody else is promoting this and telling the truth about what's really going on? First you said the tariffs were going to happen, it's going to hit our pockets. Didn't happen. Then they said that they weren't going to take their people back. Now they're taking them back. Now what you got to say? What's next? Looks like they're going home to me, guys. Good morning, Mary L. Rena Love. Yeah, what's up, y'all? What's good, everybody? What y'all think about this right here? We all like your energy and appreciate you. Thank you. I make sure I wake up in the morning and I say I got to be energetic because I got to give it to you guys, even if I got to take a nap after this. Real talk. Miracles happen, said every day, 100%. I'm showing you guys this because I know how you feel about it. I know that you're happy. I know how you feel. This is a great thing going on right now to me. I know I'm loving this. I love it. I love it. I love it. We love y'all, but it's time to go home, man. Good morning. Joe DiMatteo says adios. That's what I'm talking about. See ya. Hope you had a good time. Bye now. Hope you had a good morning to ya. Hope we never see you again until you're legal. Hope we never see you again until you're legal. Stop trying to cross that border. Get up out that water. Get your daughter off your back and go get your paperwork right. So I guess this is a conference with them finally taking them back. What I'm hoping is that they're taking the criminals, putting them back into the prisons that they released them to, because I guarantee you they're not going to let them back on their streets, but they would definitely free them and let them get the HNIC and come up to New York and come to all of our sanctuary cities, take our money and be acting crazy and doing a lot of crazy stuff. I don't appreciate it. Glad they're going home. See ya. Hey, wouldn't want to be ya. So yeah, that was the full flight right there. One of many. The reason I'm showing stuff like this is because many people are not championing it and they're not telling you guys what's going on. And if I don't bring these clips together, y'all will think, whatever the left is saying, whatever the right is saying. No, we need to see the proof over here, y'all, because we don't believe what people tell us. We need to see the proof. But like I told you, I want to see them go home, trying to take my business, undercutting. No. And then all of these people out here that are feeling so sorry for them. You just came to my business and you just arrested 21 of my staff workers. On the other end of that, I want to know, how much were you paying them? Because if you're paying them a decent wage, I'm gonna let you get that argument. But if you weren't paying them proper, you part of the problem too. And you were trying to work people for cheaper wage when you can give American citizens that money. Father was a weapons specialist. I'm all about the United States of America, our country, and making us fantastic, period. Us first. Call me what you want. Now we're going to keep on going because now we got this other situation. We got Mayor Adams, who I told you guys was going to open the doors for Tom Homan, open the doors for ICE and let them do what they had to do because he was in the hot seat. He was actually about to get them silver bracelets and do the ride of shame, y'all. He was going to be doing a ride of shame because we had a lot of people, AGs, up to 6 AGs who refused to sign the dismissal. So many AGs, even a Trump-appointed AG, did not want to sign it because she had concrete evidence against him. I knew it for a fact. I'm not telling you guys this is a good thing as far as morally. I'm not telling you it's a good thing as far as legally. I'm showing you what's happened. I'm not agreeing with any side, but we need to be transparent and don't let these politicians lie to us like Eric Adams is trying to say there was no quid pro quo. I did nothing for political gain. Nothing for political gain, but you damn sure did it for personal. You damn sure did it for personal, homeboy. How about that? You did it for personal. And he's facing so much scrutiny right now because why? You're supposed to be running on the Democratic ticket. And just like the Biden administration said, you're not being a good Democrat. You got peed off and look what they did. They put the crunch on you. And then they found real stuff from you taking money from people. Only person that can come save you was Donald Trump. And they still have something over your head. If you don't play ball, they can bring that case back at any time. Call it what you want, baby. He got what he wanted, and the city's going to benefit from it because we're going to get these illegal immigrants out of here. Sanctuary, thank you, Mary.
Critics say appears to be a political attack on New York City and state by the President of the United States, the city where Donald Trump was.
Let's turn this up because I want to make sure we get hot on this. I want you guys to hear everything coming up out of this. Let's go.
The latest in what critics say appears to be a political attack on New York City and state by the President of the United States, the city where Donald Trump was born and raised, now in a kind of turmoil, from calls for the mayor to resign because it appears he's doing Mr. Trump's bidding, to a high-level U.S. attorney in New York resigning tonight. Where does it end? Josh Eininger in the newsroom with tonight's development story. Josh.
Bill, we're not talking only about the interim U.S. attorney resigning. It's also 5 other high-level lawyers at the Justice Department.
So that meant the high-level AG, she said, I'm not signing it. The next person, they was like, all right, you the one. He said, I'm not signing it, resign. The next person said, resign. The next person resigned. You got to look at that. You have to look at that for what it is. Because with their moral compass, they like, there's nothing that can bring me to a true understanding of me signing this thing. And they had to keep on moving until today. That's right, Saturday. They finally found somebody to sign it. 6 people resigned. And one of them was a Trump-appointed AG. How about that?
and all of them refusing the order from the Trump administration to drop federal corruption charges against Mayor Adams, all 6 of them choosing instead to quit. Days after the Trump administration decreed Mayor Adams be let off the hook in his federal corruption trial, no fewer than 6 law enforcement officials today defied that order, resigning rather than carry it out.
I didn't know she decided to step down.
The mayor today told Eyewitness News.
Look how he's gloating. Look at him gloating. He's smiling, laughing, because he know what he did. You know what you did, homie. You told your lawyer, yo, tell them I'm going to play ball. I'm going to play ball. But you got to get this case out of here.
News reporter NJ Burkett, he hadn't heard of the bombshell from Danielle Sassoon, the Trump-appointed interim U.S. attorney who told the attorney general she'd sooner quit than follow the order. In a blistering letter, Sassoon accused the mayor's legal team of repeatedly urging, quote, what amounted to a quid pro quo, indicating Adams would be in a position to assist with the department's enforcement priorities only if the indictment were dismissed.
What I told you guys yesterday, last week, the week before that, and the whole time I've been on the bottom line. Don't worry about the hook and juke. Meaning, hook and juke is when they throw a football player the ball. They grab it and they have to razzle dazzle and get through all of these people. They have to get through this person. They have to get around that person to get to the touchdown to actually gain. We don't want to get caught up in the razzle dazzle part. Whoever's the winner is the beneficiary. That's right. Whoever's the winner. So don't get caught in the smoke and mirrors. You guys know the truth about what's going on right here. Do not go down that rabbit hole and let them hook and juke you. Get up out of there and keep it moving because we know what the truth is. This is all BS.
I did nothing wrong, and I take my hat off to my attorney, Alex Spiro. He was clear.
Jay-Z's attorney, P. Diddy's attorney, Alex Spiro, same person. He takes his hat off to him. It's funny how Eric Adams, Jay-Z, and P. Diddy got the same lawyer, and he gave him the key. Yo, we cooking right now, yo. Go look it up, see if I'm bullshit. Go look up and see who Jay-Z, who P. Diddy lawyer is. Yeah, Spiro, the hero. And he trying to say, Mayor Adams is trying to say, look, my lawyer told me to just continue doing what I'm supposed to do, and he's gonna handle the legal aspects of it. You created the legal problem. Yeah, your lawyer gonna deal with it later. That's like you getting locked up and now you gotta get a lawyer to fight the case. That don't mean you ain't do it.
We're going to look at every road to find justice for Mayor Adams.
That's right. And one of those roads was promising to play ball to get you off the case. Be honest. You don't want to tell the truth though. I know you don't want to tell the truth.
He was clear. We're going to look at every road to find justice for Mayor Adams.
What y'all got to say about that? I mean, come on now, don't play. If y'all get caught up in these smoking mirrors, y'all know better. I'm gonna read these comments because I want to know what's up. I know y'all know better. I know y'all know better. All right. Corruption. Miracles said corruption. That's right. Miracles happen to staying on topic. I love you to death. Thank you, Miracles. Miracles said 100%. Joe DeMattea. Okay. Come on, Joe. Come on, Joe. Get with us, Joe. Get with us, Joe. Don't worry about Rena and them, Joe. Get with us, Joe. I like it, Joe. Bill Andy. Okay, Rena, you're not even with us either. Okay, criminal defense attorneys. Okay, Rena Love. Oh my God, it's Saturday. Today the hostages are supposed to be released at 12 o'clock. Rena Love said, oh my God, it's Saturday. Today the hostages are supposed to be released. I'm going to put the maraschino cherry on top because Trump said by 12 o'clock today.
But Spiro has denied proposing such a deal. The idea that there was a quid pro quo, he wrote, is a total lie.
So why would she say that? Why would 5 or 6 people quit on the merits and the grounds of that? Come on, man. You cannot pour syrup on shit and make it pancakes. Stop lying. So basically what he did was he said, I'm gonna let my lawyer do the negotiating. Just like when somebody snitches and they don't put it in the paperwork, they say they're gonna tell a lawyer so I don't look like the one that's doing it. It's still your lawyer. It's still you. Why? Because at the end of the touchdown, you're benefiting from it. So you put it together. Yeah. Remember.
And the mayor's office says it was a coincidence that Adams sat down with the president's so-called border czar today, a meeting City Hall says it requested to get on the same page. It ended with an agreement for immigration agents to have a workspace on Rikers Island.
We are not dumb. Again, we not dumb. I knew it was going to happen for 3 months now when the case was building up. When the lieutenant was arrested, when her son got locked up for buying the Porsche because they found that money. So there was a whole bunch of other people before it even got to Mayor Adams in order to get all of these charges in order to build up the case. They've been doing an investigation for a number of months now into him, into taking bribes and dealing with all sorts of other countries. He found his way out of it. Don't look at it any other way. This is Gotham City. New York City is the new Gotham, period.
And target undocumented criminals there. The mayor has, though, faced increasing calls to resign, including tonight from Lieutenant Governor Antonio Delgado, but only one person has the authority to remove him.
This is not supposed to happen in our system of justice.
Governor Hochul, who tonight decried the unprecedented interference in the case against the mayor and said she is considering all her options.
I don't want our rebirth to be stopped by this. I have to maintain stability and the chaos and do what's right for the city of New York, because as governor, I also represent the city.
You are a governor that needs to be kicked out as governor. You do not need to be the governor because you don't know your ass from your elbow. And I keep on telling people they should not let you on camera without your full face of comedy, your clown makeup. The way that she runs policy, she has no understanding of hands-on, never really been out there hands-on. She was the assistant to the real governor that we lost. And we need another person to come and take this person's job. She's very weak in government. And not only that, she's about to ask Trump for monetary at the same time when she's a sanctuary city. And then you're going to be stealing money, I'm just going to say it straight up and down, from the citizens of New York by adding congestive pricing. This person is not helping us at all. She constantly finds more ways for you and me to spend more money. Say that they're going to put more people on the train and the police on the train to help us out. Next thing you know, somebody gets burnt up. This lady needs to be out of office. Does not need to be the governor of the strongest, hardest, most, like Frankie said, if I can make it there, I can make it anywhere. This is not a city to play games at. You got to really know what you're doing and all hands on deck every day run this city. And I'm just going to tell you guys, this lady don't know what the hell she's doing.
These are my constituents as well. I'm going to make sure they're protected here. So if this just happened, I need some time to process this and figure out the right approach.
A Justice Department official sent Sassoon an equally unprecedented letter today accusing her of insubordination. President Trump today said he thought she'd been fired. And as for the charges against Mayor Adams, they have not yet been formally dropped. He is not yet off the hook because the Trump administration still hasn't found anyone to carry out the order.
So as of yesterday, there was nobody. And this is all yesterday. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. Yesterday's news. Woke up this morning and saw a briefing. They finally found the flunky to sign it. And he signed it today. Yeah. So the case is done. The situation is already upended. But the bad part about it is how nasty they went about it, how terrible it was, the way that they went about sourcing the information. I mean, it was just really nasty. And then the way it's just out there now, how he just played ball. Even if I was whatever, if I'm for you or against you, this sends up a serious question mark about how I feel about the mayor of New York City right now. Because then again, if you're gonna play ball one way, what's the next thing that you're gonna do? And what have you been doing? Probably it's time for him to go. We need to get somebody else in here. Cuomo, our former governor, said that he's considering running for mayor. I don't know if you guys are interested in anything like that, but that probably is something that we would probably be doing better with, even though you guys are so angry with him for, COVID and the way that he handled the senior homes. I'm pretty peed off with him as well for that, but I just do think that he's a better politician when it comes down to overall governing. Please don't beat me up for that. And this is the other part of it. So now he didn't do this. It's not government. It's not quid pro quo. Now all of a sudden, all of the things are falling in line. Now that Mayor Adams has already got his case thrown out, what's the next move? Now Tom Homan come in there like, hey, you know what Trump said? I'm gonna send Tom over there, and y'all gonna work that out. When Tom tell me everything is okay, then we're gonna get on the DOJ to get your case up out of there. But play nice, and when Tom come back and let me know that we good, then you good. So guess what? Yeah, they met yesterday. That's when he got that Rikers Island location for ICE and Homeland Security. And he got a couple of other things too. They even sat down together. I got some video on that. Check this out. Where Tom Homan and Eric Adams actually sat down together and they talked about, what was going on.
Well, it has been a very busy week for New York City Mayor Eric Adams. The Department of Justice earlier this week dropped corruption charges against him. And yesterday, he met with border czar Tom Homan about the next steps in fighting New York City's migrant crisis.
How'd it go? Well, Mayor Adams and Tom Homan join us right now. Guys, great to see you.
Great to see you.
Together.
Thank you so much.
Make some news. Mr. Mayor, from your perspective, how did this meeting go? Why was it necessary?
This is like deja vu. I told y'all this. They sitting together now on Fox. So now they're covered in the mayor. You cool with us now. You all right over here. But you know who mad now? Democrats and everybody that he's supposed to be on their side. Because what ticket does he run on in a couple of months? The Democrat ticket.
Necessary.
Good. I think that, and Tom could speak for himself, I think he had a real level of frustration and he was trying to figure out, hey, what's going on, Eric? What is happening? And we were able to get in the room and really articulate what are my powers, what are my authorities, and what are some...
There is no excuse why you cannot succeed as a real estate.
You guys gotta keep on looking at Tom Homan's face. He's got that gotcha. He got that gotcha face.
All the reforms, Rikers Island is now having some of the most dangerous people in our city. And by having ICE on Rikers Island, part of our gang intelligence, using our intel with NYPD, correction officers, we could identify those gangs inside and outside on the street. There was no reason they were removed from Rikers Island. And as I sat down with Tom earlier, I said that we're going to look at all the legalese. I'm able to do an executive order to put them back on Rikers Island where they should be. We're part of our criminal justice apparatus.
You have a left-wing legislature. Everybody knows it. For some reason, nobody votes in New York, so the same left-wingers get in every time. But if you had your druthers, would New York City be a sanctuary city?
What we will always be. This has always been a city of immigrants.
So you think it should be?
No, let me explain, because this is what's getting conflated all the time. With a sanctuary city is stated that if you're in this city and you're paying taxes, you should have access to the services. What I asked the city council to do, change the bill that was already in place and modify it, that if you are committing a crime, that we should be able to collaborate with ICE, even on civil enforcement, if you have committed a crime. That part of the bill is wrong. But everyday people who are here until they're moving to be documented, if they are going to school, working, paying taxes, then they should be able to provide police services, hospital services, children should go to school. That is what we're saying.
You don't agree with that, Tom?
I don't agree. I think sanctuary is a sanctuary of criminals. But we walked out of the meeting yesterday and get back on Rikers Island.
So again, Mayor Adams on his side, he's like, even if you're illegal, if you're not a criminal, if you're not doing nothing illegal, I think that you guys should be here. And that's what sanctuary cities are about. I'm more on Tom Homan's side. Even once you cross the border, you're illegal. And even if you get to a sanctuary city, you're illegal. You need to go home, period. I don't know what he's talking about. That's how I feel.
The game changer. We can get, not only we get the bad guys where they hit the street, the intelligence of how TDA operates, where they're operating, all this intelligence they gather at Rikers Island, we'll have access to. But no, I'm strictly against sanctuary city status just because I think sanctuaries are for criminals.
Right.
And
They're a magnet.
But the beauty here is that we're allowed to disagree.
Right.
But we do agree on the fundamental that no matter who you are, it should be saved. So that's what people are missing. My life is sitting down with people I don't agree with 100% of the time. I don't agree myself 100% of the time. But when Tom and I are in a room, we're both saying one thing: no matter who you are, if you're hurting innocent people in this city and in this country, you don't have a right to be in our country.
Well, here
We got a good swing mayor. When I say swing mayor, he's really good at talking and razzle dazzle. All that was BS. I'm telling y'all straight up and down, because I do it right now. I'm doing it right now. You guys, this is boy BOOGOTTINYC. When I tell you, we got to get together with this person right here. We got to make it. It's all BS, man. I know it. I see through it. He's happy right now because he doesn't have to go to jail or go to court. And guess what? He's going to play nice because they got something over him for the entire time. If you don't play ball, we're going to drop this case and you're going back to jail. I mean, you're going back. These crimes are coming right back in front of you, and we will implement them. They got it over him. And Tom, like he said, he's not totally happy with what he's got, but he's got something. And just so you guys know, I'm telling you right now, Tom Homan is not just coming for criminals. He also said, I've been doing my homework. If you're illegal and you get caught up in the mix, you're going home. If you cross the border illegally, he's coming for you. Has nothing to do with if you committed crimes. He's not playing. He wants everybody illegal. Sadly, I do too. Do me a favor, double tap that screen if you guys appreciate the content and the way that we got the deck stacking right now, because it's not even over. I'm gonna have to play a lot of this, so let's stay into this because I got a lot more to go to and we got a lot more to get into. So let's go.
Here's the thing, you can disagree on things, but Tom has made it very clear that if a politician stands in the way of the federal government executing the law, they are going to bring charges against people like you. And in fact, we've seen the Attorney General, Pam Bondi, go after officials already. So was that part of the conversation yesterday?
No, I didn't think it needed to be. I mean, we talked very frankly about, first of all, getting to Rikers Island, step one. That's the first step. We're working on some other things that we don't really want to talk about in open air just because the city council will be putting roadblocks up on us. But the mayor and me have committed to several other things.
So what's going to happen now is Tom Homan and Mayor Adams is going to start working on certain stuff and not telling the city council because they're going to put up roadblocks. They're probably going to announce stuff. They're going to alert illegal immigrants. So these two right here, they're going to start working hand in hand because who wants to see results? His boss. Who's his boss? Bomb. There we go.
Makes the city safer. Further collaboration. Again, city council, I don't like him. I think, and Mayor Adams, he's dealing with the sanctuary law, right? That an EO can't override.
Right.
So we're working on some things.
The CFO role is changing. Are you keeping up? Download the CFO's Office 2.0.
Got a little
free
more
now.
on this clip, y'all. A little
To
more.
work around some of these things. So we
You're being
can
careful the way you're describing.
We've been
I've got to be very careful because the city council, they hate me, right? The city council, they don't want immigration
Not all of them.
enforcement in the city.
Not all of them.
So we got to make sure that we collaborate in a smart way so we can get more bad guys off the street.
Yeah.
That's the goal. And you said something that's very interesting. You said that elected officials who are standing in the way like me. Let's be clear. I'm not standing in the way. I'm collaborating against so many others that don't.
He's trying to make sure he said on the record, I ain't standing in the way. You hear me, Trump? I ain't standing, because you know Trump watching this. I ain't standing in the way. I told you, I'm playing ball. I want that case off of me.
They hate me, right? The city council, they don't want immigration
Not all of them.
enforcement in the city.
Not all of them.
So we got to make sure that we collaborate in a smart way so we get more bad guys off the street.
Yeah.
Number one, I've always pursued this. Everyone knows that's
Now,
what I
Mr. Mayor,
stand.
what is City Council, what are they saying about you wanting to change the wording where we could go after the illegals, even if they're paying taxes, if they commit a crime? Because I saw Vicky Palladino, I know she's a New York City Council woman, she's a Republican, and then Robert Holden is a moderate Democrat.
Both of them, if you were to talk to them about that change, they would tell you we agree with Eric.
Okay.
But the overwhelming number of council members who have made it clear that they're not going to modify that law. I don't have.
Why? What is their reason? Why would they protect the criminal?
Well, I think that you look at many of the policies that I put in place, put in my anti-gun union, 20,000 guns removed off the street, put in 1,000 cops back in the subway system to bring down crime. All of these initiatives that I do around public safety, it's a constant fight with them because I think many people are articulating their personal reasons and not the feeling that the city has. 78% of New Yorkers stand with me, stand with what Tom is doing about getting these dangerous
Right.
individuals
But the
off our
problem is
streets.
we don't know they're dangerous till they kill. Like that guy that put this woman on fire because she fell asleep on the subway. He didn't have a criminal. He didn't have a record. But after he lit up the woman on fire, now he's a problem. He didn't belong here. Same thing with Laken Riley's killer, who was housed here, went to Georgia and killed. So even though you say, well, we want to be open to people, we don't know these guys are criminals until they act, and then it's too late. Then they become a problem.
Well, that's what.
Yeah, how do we know who's a criminal when they coming across the border with no paperwork? And then y'all just letting them into the state. That's why there's a case right now against New York, because they're letting in criminals and they're safeguarding them. And because of Laken Riley and everybody that died came through New York and then went on to these other places. Because what happened is they got locked up in New York. They got arrested and they let them out. They didn't want to stay in New York because they had these warrants or their cases. So they go to another state. It's not like us where we're foundated. I'm from New York, so I'm going to stay here probably whatever. No, they just going to the next place where they can wreak havoc at and do whatever because they're not even from here. So they go to the next place and do the same thing. It's kind of crazy, y'all. We got a lot going on right now. What y'all feel about this stuff when it comes down to New York? Tom Holman, Mayor Adams, and what we got going on here. Where are you from? I'm from New York. DKJA said facts. Asia Edwards, his policies are very confusing and conflicting. It seems like his policies are benefiting his own pockets. If you're talking about Mayor Adams, I totally understand and believe you. That's Anubis DRH. Yes, it takes 5 to 7 years to get citizenship. It is time used to teach applicants the laws so that they do not become criminals. That makes a lot of sense, and you just put me on to something because I always wanted to know that. You said it takes 5 to 7 years to get to be a citizen, right? Who said that? That was Anubis. So my question is, what about learning the language? I have a question. My question is this: is it possible to become a citizen of the United States of America and not understand the language? I see a lot of Spanish people and people of different cultures here. I say to myself, if they don't know English, how are they able to get licenses and how are they able to get, function? They maybe could able to function in their own communities, but what as far as like, if they don't know any English, how did they get legal? How did they get paperwork? How did they understand George Washington, forefathers, our national anthem, or whatever the questions are, if they don't understand English? Please help me out with that because I don't know. If you guys can help me out with that, I really appreciate it because I never understood how you come here and you don't understand the language or speak it. Tisha Lovett said facts. Gerald Gossett said, I bet Eric Adams could fit in a locker. He probably could. VIP Auction Group, what's popping? My dad's side of the family is still in New York. I'm glad my grandfather moved away to St. Louis long ago. My boy Gene Deal is from St. Louis. Gene Deal, the bodyguard that goes on the internet a lot, he's from St. Louis. Bill Andy said, you are so right. Adams is playing ball. He's playing ball. He's playing ball. Thank you, Bill Andy. Richard Rousey said, I hope that after 4 years of Trump, this doesn't stop. You know what? Oh my God, Richard, you got the same thing on your mind that I do. Because I'm saying like all of this good stuff is going to happen. And then they come in and tear it all down and bring the tranny stuff back, all of the woke stuff. Then what are we going to do? You are thinking. Please subscribe to the channel. Everybody who comments that I just read just now, because y'all the best dialogue that I got. We're going to kick butt today because we got it going on. Do me a favor if you appreciate the content. We got over 327 people in the building. We got 36 likes. All it takes is a double tap to let everybody know what we got going on because we got more hot topics and you guys appreciate the content that I'm giving you. All I ask you to do is double tap the screen so that everybody know we're here and we can get them likes up. It lets everybody know. It helps me out. It creates the algorithm to go and we get a good number. Bottom line, I tell you guys the truth all the time because it don't make no sense to lie. Everybody always asks you guys to hit the like button. That's because it helps to get the algorithm out. We get big numbers and it helps after the video is over. It gets you in a good position. So I want to be that. I want to make sure that the show is growing. I'm putting in all this work and I appreciate you guys for helping me. So we got another clip that we got to bring in. It's basically, yeah, we got pushback. And we got pushback from the adversary, the person that really don't like Trump. I'm talking about if she could burn him with her eyes, she would. Letitia James, woo! She don't like Trump. And I'm going to tell you right now, she's got a serious situation right now because they went and they're going after Elon Musk right now. They're making claims that Elon Musk has access to our contact information, our social security number, our phone numbers, and all of that information. And they're trying to basically scare us into thinking that he's going to possibly do something with that information. I don't know how you guys feel about this, but I'm sure that they're vetting and making sure that he doesn't go in certain places and get certain contact information. But again, like I told you yesterday, he could have that wristband that was in Avengers that Iron Man had on. Once he went inside to that meeting, he downloaded all the information. Do you guys feel safe or unsafe with your information in the hands of Elon Musk if he could get it? Do you think that he would do anything negative with it? Good question, ain't it?
And it's important that individuals understand that all.
Want your business to be unmissable in your neighborhood? Use Semrush Local to get
order.
I'm gonna just say another thing too. This is another person that I think really works to talk properly and to say things in a manner in which that sounds like I'm smarter than I really am. Tish James just seemed like a whole bunch of fluff to me, but I gotta get it out. I gotta let you guys hear this crap. Oh God, I can't stand it. Oh God, let's get it over with. Ugh.
And it's important that individuals understand that all 18 attorneys general who have filed this action seek to stop a private individual from accessing the private information of millions of Americans, their social security numbers, their tax information, their addresses. No one elected Elon Musk and his minions, and no one has allowed him to have access to this information. This is a violation of the separation of powers.
Okay, I know I'm going off topic right now, but it's in the header. I just want to ask you guys, do any of you see the resemblance between Letitia James and Eddie Murphy's mother in The Nutty Professor? Just asking a question. Do you see any correlation or any similarities in the face?
The United States Congress, the United States Senate, has the sole discretion in having the power of the purse, and not Elon Musk. He has basically violated the Administrative Procedure Act, and he has violated the privacy of millions of Americans. And it is up to us to prevent him from having access to that private information. And so we've come together because we believe in the Constitution and the rule of law. And we believe that no one is above the law. And we believe that there are individuals, obviously, who should be prevented from having access to this law. The Treasury Department is responsible for maintaining.
See how nice I am about words? She messed up right there. She meant to say access to this information, to this law. Shut up. I didn't want to hear that crap. Then she gonna let him talk. He ain't gonna really be doing nothing but championing her. Then the whole crowd of aggravated people gonna be talking about, love Tish James, love Tish James. Man, if you don't get my bags done, don't even matter. Because the stuff that she's talking about, he doesn't have to go in front of Congress. He doesn't have to be appointed. He has a position in the administration that Trump gave him. So now she's trying to over-exaggerate to get everybody riled up. Why? They have no other talking points. Because guess what? We getting results now. And she ain't happy about it. She's really not. And what I want you guys to hear about is the last thing that she's going to say. Why? Because who's not playing ball? Eric Adams. Are they talking about possibly kicking him out of office before the next election? Her and Kathy Hochul? Keep on looking, guys. Let's see what's going on here.
Maintaining the privacy of our information. The Treasury Department is responsible, again, for protecting our rights and our privileges. No one elected Elon. He's not been subject to any vetting. He's not been subject to any conflicts of interest. He has earned $20 billion over the last decade. He's the richest person in the world. And
What is wrong with that? This is another problem that I have. I used to work at jobs, and next thing you know, I'll go somewhere and I'm doing some work, and they're like, yeah, but your boss is a millionaire. He could afford it. Yeah, but this person is rich. He can afford it. After a while, I'm starting to think to myself, damn, just because you get rich, people get mad at you. Like you bust your butt to get rich, bust your butt to become a millionaire, and now you're the bad guy because you did the work. They think that you always was in hotels and flying and all of that. They ain't even understand that you was cleaning the floors at a restaurant. They ain't even understand how you got there because you was working 40 extra hours, 50 extra hours and studying at the same time while you was working. They don't understand the hard part, that's what it was in order to get you there. And I'm not just talking about Elon. I'm talking about people that always want to beat up on people that made it or people that actually bust their butt to make their money. It's like once you make it, people are angry about that. I worked to get this. Stop hating on people because they make it somewhere. How about you try to do the same thing? Now it's, oh, he made billions of dollars or whatever like that. So what? That's what you're supposed to do if you're good at what you do. What, you gonna get mad at them? So yeah, we need somebody that made billions of dollars running that department. Since you're gonna go ahead and validate them, dummy. Don't even know her ass from her elbow.
obviously who should be prevented from having access to this law. The Treasury Department is responsible for maintaining the privacy of our information. The Treasury Department is responsible, again, for protecting our rights and our privileges. No one elected Elon. He's not been subject to any vetting. He's not been subject to any conflicts of interest. He has earned $20 billion over the last decade. He's the richest person in the world. And he has caused harm and injury to Americans. And that's why we are here today, to seek a preliminary injunction, to stand up against those forces who believe that they can unilaterally have power and have control, all in the hands of the President of these United States. It's important that Elon Musk, the Treasury Department, the President of these United States understand that is not how our order, the Constitution works.
Watch this.
Civil servants to work together. What do you have to say to those that say that you are impeding a serious and honest effort to try to get the government to work better and to rein back waste and out of control spending before it's even had a chance to really take off?
Listen, all of us are concerned about waste, fraud in our federal government and in all governments, but you should work with Congress. That's how the system works. Not by, again, special employees who have not been vetted, who have not been approved by the United States Senate. It's really critically important that individuals understand that right now he is ignoring the United States Senate and House of Representatives. And that's just not our system of government. The president and DOJ cannot act unilaterally, and they cannot do with a stroke of a pen ignore the law. Not now, not ever. And that's why we are here in court today.
Nobody is saying that they can't try to make government more efficient. We try to do that every single day in our offices, but do it in compliance with the law, follow the law. But let's just be clear, they've gone way beyond that, okay? This isn't about making government more efficient. It's not about improving process writ large, including this, the DOJ action, plus a federal funding free.
Access to their personal information, their social security numbers, their addresses, their income tax. And the question is, what is the purpose of all of this? And the question is whether or not they have followed the law. It's important that individuals understand that we cannot allow private citizens to have access to this private information. And pausing funds for the purposes of individuals bowing to the knee of the President of the United States, basically being subjected to ideological litmus tests. Individuals who do not follow his prescriptions, his policy prescriptions. This is a democracy, a representative democracy. And it's important that individuals understand that there are co-equal branches of law that need to be respected, and that states, again, have a unique responsibility to ensure that the Constitution is followed, the constitutional order of things here in this great country. And so that's why we are standing up. We're defending the Constitution. We took an oath to the Constitution, not to a man, but to the Constitution. And let me just say to the brave soldiers, the amazing individuals at the Southern District of New York, Danielle Sassone, she's a profile in courage. So at this point, there's a number of discussions going on. There's discussions going on at the state level. There's a number of discussions going on at the local level and private discussions. So at this point in time, I'm going to refrain from any comment until such time as we complete those discussions and determine the fate of the mayor of the city of New York.
You heard that. She's going to hold back until they discuss the fate of the mayor of New York. Because why? He's playing ball. So we got a lot of issues going on within the parties, within the administration, everywhere. Everybody's getting shaken up right now, guys. Letitia's peed off. You know, you got what's her name? Kathy Holcomb. She's not going to be able to get her money at all. You already know it's a wrap. She's not getting her money now at all because of the fact that, you know, she's not playing ball. And what we got, Tisha Lover coming out, Asia Edwards, he is playing both sides. Yes, he is. I'm ready for these people to get theirs. Tisha love it for mayor. Okay. AJ, this is the woman that tried to convict the guy, protected the other people on the train. Yep, that protected the people on the train. Yep, definitely did. Tom OB, why the long face, Letitia? Letitia is scared. She's gonna get caught. There you go. Smack the donkey. Suge Avery. What's up, Suge Avery? How you doing? Rainmaker. Can't believe they let idiots who do research get a platform. Whoa. Gotta go. Bye. What else we got? She's going to jail. We got I hope you get exposed, Letitia. Everybody's thinking the same thing. Everybody's thinking the same thing. See? You see what I'm saying? When everybody's thinking the same thing, then you got a conformed union. And yesterday, I said that Vladimir Putin had stamped and basically What do you do when you endorse someone's campaign? I did say that I had some information that I found out that Vladimir Putin, I don't know if he was doing it as a joke or in reality, but 9 times out of 10, where do we get jokes from? Reality. Because when they're funny and it's relative, it's even more funnier. That's why when people always talking about farting and doodle and stuff like that, that's why those jokes are always funny. So the reason I'm saying this to you guys is because someone said to me, Vladimir Putin didn't say that he endorsed Kamala Harris. He never said that. Where did it say that Vladimir Putin said that he endorsed Kamala Harris? I'm gonna tell you first before I give you the information. Why wouldn't you endorse a weaker person? Why wouldn't you want somebody that you can manipulate to be the person that you're gonna go against? You already know he crazy in a bag of cats, and you ain't gonna be able to maintain no Trump. Everybody's scared of him, and you'll never know what he's gonna do, and he ain't gonna play ball. But with a Harris, could have did whatever he want, all sorts of manipulative stuff, keep wars going, start doing other things, throw more monkey wrenches, because why? Doesn't have the wherewithal. She didn't know what she was doing. I'm gonna prove it to you right now. Even if you guys thought it was BS, Vladimir Putin was endorsing Kamala Harris. He wanted the weaker president so that he can be even crazier with what he was doing. It's really quick. I have to actually read this, but anytime people try to go against me and tell me that I was making something up or it wasn't true, we got to get to the facts. Honestly, I wish I could see that person sometime to put my hands on them. I'm wrong for that, because the way that they go about trying to say certain stuff, oh, you ain't say this, you ain't say that, just trying to call you out. Sometimes you be ready to put your hands on people, but I'm glad that it's a person on the internet. So let me just get to the bottom line of this. CNN reported this. This was Vladimir Putin trolls the U.S. presidential race with endorsement of Kamala Harris. You will find Vladimir Putin's endorsements in other areas without the word, without the word trolls. You're going to see it where it's basically the bottom line was, yes, he did want Kamala Harris to win. Russian President Vladimir Putin raised eyebrows Thursday when he expressed his support for U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris' presidential bid, flattering the Democratic nominee with some curiously timed remarks. Our favorite, if you can call it that, was the current president, Mr. Joe Biden, but he was removed from the race, and he recommended all supporters to support Ms. Harris. Well, we did so. We will support her, Putin said Thursday at the Eastern Economic Forum in Vladivostok. She laughs so expressively and infectiously that it means that she is doing well. Putin also criticized former presidential and current Republican nominee Donald Trump for placing so many restrictions and sanctions against Russia like no other president has ever introduced before him. So do me a favor, get my bags, meet me at the airport. I might be there. When I tell you something, I did the research on it. If I'm saying it to you like I'm not sure about it, I'm being honest. This is something that I knew about. Why wouldn't you want the weaker person in there? Homie, if you watching me, this is your receipt right here. This is your proof. You checking the wrong person. Go check your underwear. Now moving right along. And I'm talking about so serious about that, I threw it in the timeline. Don't play with me, man. Do not play with me. I put it in the timeline to make sure that I wouldn't forget that. So now moving right along. What we got? Stonewall gets stonewalled. Yeah, transgender. A lot of things are changing now in the United States. For the good is what I call it. Calling a spade, calling people out for what it is, and letting the truth finally be said. It's freedom of speech. Freedom of speech. Expression, freedom of speech. I feel that expression has probably gone a little too far when it comes down to the woke community. Therefore, there's certain references that I don't understand. For instance, when they started adding all the new letters on the LGBT thing, it went QRSTUVWXYZ. I don't know what none of that stuff on the end of it meant. But guess what happened yesterday? The T from LGBT was taken off one of the main staples of, I guess, that gay thing, whatever, the Stonewall. They took it down. There's a lot going on right now. So they took the T off whatever this has to do, because I have no idea what's going on, but it's big. Transgender references removed from the Stonewall National Monument website. As you can see, our country is going back to what it was, not back in a bad way, but at least when it comes down to all of this information, all of this sexual information, all of this preference stuff that we shouldn't be seeing all the time is now hopefully going to be suppressed some. Like when I go onto the train during June and I'm looking at the monitor there and there's a flag coming on saying Pride Month. Why do I need to see that if I'm not gay? I never see anything that says Man Month or Woman Month. Why do I need to be able to see that gay flag? Why are you championing that? And why are you pushing that in my face? I don't want to see that on the train. I think it's a conflict of interest, and I'm thinking about suing. I'm really serious about that. If I see that this year, I'm going to see if we can sue them, because I don't want to see that. Call me what you want.
Removed references to transgender and queer people from the website of the Stonewall National Monument. The move is causing an uproar in the LGBTQ plus community as they make their voices heard later today. Good day's Haley Fixler live at the Stonewall Inn in Greenwich Village with the very latest. Sounds like a protest today. Haley, what's happening?
Good morning, Dan. Yeah, there's going to be a protest here at noon against the changes on the website. And some people there are very upset about what they say is the Trump administration's erasure of trans people from their history.
With flying pride flags and bright lights, this Greenwich Village bar and nearby Christopher Park are nationally recognized as a symbol of the gay, lesbian, and transgender rights campaign. An archived version of the Stonewall National Monument website describes the June 28, 1969 riot, quote, as a milestone in the quest for LGBTQ plus civil rights and provided momentum for a movement. But taking a look at that very same website today reads slightly differently. It now says the monument honors, quote, LGB civil rights. The T standing for transgender, the Q representing queer, and plus for all other identities have been removed completely from the pages. Now some local groups are outraged and say this is bigger than the website. This change comes as the Trump administration says the federal government should only recognize two sexes, male and female. Since he took office, President Trump signed several executive orders, including restricting gender-affirming care for minors and keeping biological men out of female sports. Trump says it's to, quote, reclaim our culture and our laws from the radical left crusade against biological reality. This most recent move now getting harsh backlash. In a statement from the Stonewall Inn Gives Back initiative, representatives say, in part, quote, this blatant act of erasure not only distorts the truth of our history, but it also dishonors the immense contributions of transgender individuals, especially transgender women of color who were at the forefront of the Stonewall riots and the broader fight for LGBTQ plus rights. The co-owner of the Stonewall Inn adds in part, quote, the Stonewall uprising would not have happened without the leadership of transgender and gender non-conforming people. Governor Kathy Hochul chiming in on social media, writing on X, quote, this is just cruel and petty. Transgender people play a critical role in the fight for LGBTQ plus rights, and New York will never allow their contributions to be erased.
And we have reached out to the Park Service's Public Affairs Department, but this morning we are still waiting to hear back from them. Live in Greenwich Village. Dan, back to you.
All right. So basically, wham, 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 wham. Bottom line, straight up and down, telling y'all just like that. Wham, 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 wham. So what? We don't care. Done deal. It's over. Took it off. That's it. Because why? You were championing and you were pushing too much. You were forcing it down people's throats. Every time you turn around, you gotta sashay. You gotta talk about this. You gotta bring that up. You gotta champion it. Now it's to the point where, guess what? The women that help these people, let's be honest about it. I said this the other day. You ladies are gonna be angry with me. The women who champion these gay LGBTQ situations, because no men did this. You don't see us just hanging out with gay men. You don't see that. You guys did that. Oh, my friend. Oh, ain't he this? Or my gay friend that. My da-da-da-da-da. Then once they started keep on coming around, y'all championing it. Y'all going to their parties. Next thing you know, they want to be you. And now they taking your spot. Now all of a sudden, oh my God, they're in sports. We got to get them out of here. How did they get here? Y'all brought him in. We ain't do it. You think me riding my motorcycle or driving a nail or working on a drill gonna be hanging out with people like that? Nope. Y'all did it. Y'all opened the door for him. So guess what? It is what it is. And now y'all mad. Y'all opened the door. Now y'all like, oh, all these laws. We need these laws. Da, 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 da. Am I lying, y'all? Ain't no straight man hang out with no faggots. Excuse my French. We ain't been hanging out with them. Y'all was hanging out with them. My gay friend. Am I lying? Tell the truth. Nah, y'all DL put them gay men in place. That's right. Look, Lynn Lee. Nah, y'all DL put them in place. Dead serious. Suge Avery. We don't need to know people's preference. That's right. That's what I'm talking about. This fool is happy to bring measles back. What are you talking about? No lie detected. Nah, they ain't women if they did that. I support Trump policies, full force, force lobby. When I win, I will immediately bring prices down starting on day one. When I win, I will. If you own a store, I appreciate that. Or if you're just quoting what Trump is saying, I still appreciate that too. That's what more people need to do. We need to give it back to the people on the streets. When the money start coming back in, we need to cut these prices. I want to see a bag of potato chips go back down to 50 cents, and I want more than 8 chips in the bag. Do you guys hear me? Thumbs up if you want more than 8 potato chips in a bag. I want more than 8. I want more damn potato chips than 8 in a damn bag of potato chips. I'm serious. But check this out. We got corruption in New York with the mayor. And guess where? We also got corruption in Chicago. Why? Let me tell you something. Anytime you have really real people of morals, real people of stature, people that really stand for what they're about, a lot of times they'll fight for their job. And then a lot of times, you know what they'll do? They'll just fall back because they look at it like it's not a winning situation. And from which, and if they got a boss in the situation that can actually suppress what they're doing, it's a lose-lose. Kind of similar to what was going on in Chicago last week. You know, you guys know that the mayor had a meeting where he was on stage. They had a big stage set. It was a huge crowd. And they were asking questions at this forum. They asked the mayor a few questions, the mayor of Chicago. Question that came to the point where he said, I might be firing a lot of people in my administration. Well, guess what? Yesterday, people just started quitting. A lot of people just started retiring and saying, you know what? Because they felt that he was serious about the firings, and the way that he said it was kind of messed up. Like he didn't appreciate the people that were working for him. So Mayor Johnson in Chicago, he's looking for new people to start working in his administration because a lot of people quit. Check this out. And a lot of people quit around you for many different reasons. They may not like your policies. They may not like your administration, the way that you're doing business. It could be a number of different reasons why they got to get away from you. But this right here, it seems to have more than one thing behind it. And it's crazy because our second sanctuary city is also having problems now. First we had New York, and now we got Chicago. Do me a favor, you guys, double tap the screen to get those likes up to let everybody know. Because this one right here, I really want a lot of people in Chicago to understand what's going on because it's important about government. Now check this out.
This afternoon, we learned of 2 high-profile departures of city commissioners whose work is central to public safety. They come 3 days after provocative comments by the mayor about his desire to root out disloyalty in his administration.
You're right.
Jamie Ree has been a City Hall fixture through 4 mayoral administrations, and as aviation commissioner was tasked with overseeing O'Hare's expansion and modernization.
Because that's an ongoing project that Jamie Ree has had a lot of ownership of, and now you're going to change course in the middle of that. That raises questions about what that's going to mean for that project.
Mayor Brandon.
So you got a person that was like, this is like one of her damn near like a lifelong missions for her to help complete that area. You know, she was dedicated to it. Let's say she's been working there for a number of years. No matter who you put in the place of this person is not going to have the experience in the daily wherewithal, go to go, because she was there every day. So you can't just think that, okay, she quit, we put somebody else there. If they ain't had their boots on the ground, if they really wasn't doing anything, they're not going to be as effective. Similar to why Tom Homan came back as the border czar. So this person right here, Mayor Johnson, for what he's doing, it's going to hurt the city of Chicago overall because they're really good people that want to work and do positive things for the city, but he's not allowing them to. Not only that, they don't want to work under his administration because they feel like he's corrupt. There's another mayor who's basically just like tearing up the city and not even being effective in what the citizens feel. They've had many town hall meetings where they flipped on him. They want him out of there. They just really have enough with Governor Brandon Johnson at this point.
And Johnson, in
Mayor
a statement,
Brandon
said
Johnson.
Rhee embodied the best of public service. Rhee said, "I am eternally grateful for the opportunities that have been afforded to me." But questions have been raised about the timing of Rhee's retirement, following the mayor's comments Monday night about certain administration holdovers.
I would have cleaned house faster. So there's a whole bunch of people like, oh shoot, he's about to get fired. Well, about to find out, stay tuned.
The mayor's office did not respond to our questions about who the mayor was referring to. Alderman Brian Hopkins says he spoke to Rhee after the announcement.
She wasn't indicating that this was her time frame. She would have liked to have stayed on to complete the terminal project, to complete the new gates.
Less than an hour after Rhee's announcement, the mayor's office said OEMC Executive Director Jose Tirado was also leaving to take a job, we later learned, with the Cook County State's Attorney's Office.
So basically, they just started leaving. When you see it happen in like a domino effect, come on, you can't pour syrup on and make it pancakes. We know what it is. Stop letting them try to spin us. We are the ones that's better in knowing when something happens. When we smell smoke, look for the fire. Don't listen to what people are telling you. Oh no, girl, that's okay. Ain't nothing wrong. Everything is okay. What are you talking about? I don't see no smoke. Don't listen to people. Whatever you see with your eyes and you hear, you pay attention to that, because people will tell you anything so they can convince you to go with their program. Don't fall for it, y'all. This is all BS. First one person left, then another person left, now another person left. I think about 6 people left as administration yesterday.
A move in the works for weeks, but Tirado's departure clouded by the mayor's comments. Rich Gaitis, Johnson's former chief of staff, says he was unaware of any disloyalty in the administration.
I can't see any commissioner taking politics into their job and not giving it 100% of their job every day on a daily basis.
Today, we also learned the head of the Civilian Office of Police Accountability, Andrea Kirsten, is also resigning. She's been under fire for allegations of anti-police bias. Her replacement will be appointed by the Community Commission for Public Safety and Accountability.
So it's like government is just being shook up right now. They like got the leg up and the pockets is just like being dangled out. And everything that's coming out is just like quid pro quo. We're about to start finding money soon, I'm sure. I'm sure we're about to start finding monetary, because the next thing that Trump said he's going to start looking for is career government officials that have one salary, but they're worth like 600 or 5 or 3 million or something like that. How are you only making, let's say, $120,000 a year, but you got about $20-30 million in your bank account? What are you doing to make that happen? That doesn't really make sense. So that's something that they're about to start looking into, guys. We also got a situation with a really smart person that I want you guys to pay attention to right now. You remember last week when there was an announcement that said Joe Biden was given, Joe Biden now has an agent. He now has an agent for books, television, and theater stuff. And they came into the Oval Office and they said to Donald Trump, "Hey, did you hear about Joe Biden? He just got a deal with a talent agent." And Trump was like, "Oh, you got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. A talent agent? Are you serious? I think he's got bigger problems. I wish him all the best. But I think he's got bigger problems." I think this right here, what I'm about to show you guys, is what the bigger problems is. Because man, Joe Biden, he did some really shaky stuff before he left office, and they sat a whole bunch of money to the side to try to siphon off. And guess what? Lee Zeldin found all that money. Billions of dollars that were supposed to be doled out after he became the president. I mean, while he was at the end of his term, he was just throwing money away just to try to satisfy situations. And Lee Zeldin found it. Check this out, guys. This is crazy. And he definitely should be or probably brought up on charges for what he did with this. And yes, I'm talking about ex-former President Joe Biden.
Lee Zeldin,
One of my very top.
What do you see?
A planet surrounded by stars and asteroids and the wondrous
Pizza. Check this out, y'all.
EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin. One of my very top priorities at EPA is to be an excellent steward of your hard-earned tax dollars. There will be zero tolerance of any waste and abuse. An extremely disturbing video circulated 2 months ago featuring a Biden EPA political appointee talking about how they were tossing gold bars off the Titanic, rushing to get billions of your tax dollars out the door before Inauguration Day. The gold bars were tax dollars, and tossing them off the Titanic meant the Biden administration knew they were wasting it. Following this revelation, during my meetings with members of Congress, I made a very important commitment to them and to the American people, which I reiterated at my confirmation hearing that if confirmed, I would immediately get a full accounting. Fortunately, my awesome team at EPA has found the gold bars. Shockingly, roughly $20 billion of your tax dollars were parked at an outside financial institution by the Biden EPA.
$20 billion he had sitting off to dole out. And this was to happen after he was the president. Yeah, still trying to pay people off with sneak money. All our money hidden somewhere in the bank account, y'all.
Awesome team at EPA has found the gold bars. Shockingly, roughly $20 billion of your tax dollars were parked at an outside financial institution by the Biden EPA. This scheme was the first of its kind in EPA history, and it was purposefully designed to obligate all of the money in a rush job with reduced oversight. Even further, this pot of $20 billion was awarded to just 8 entities that were then responsible for doling out your money to NGOs and others at their discretion with far less transparency. Just under $7 billion was sent to one entity called the Climate United Fund. I'm sure you and I now have some of the same questions. How do these organizations decide how to allocate funding? How much money have they given out so far and to whom? Are there any former Biden EPA staffers who are now working at these entities? Let me make one thing abundantly clear. At this point, there is zero reason to suspect any wrongdoing by the bank. Here's my position as EPA administrator. The financial agent agreement with the bank needs to be instantly terminated, and the bank must immediately return all of the gold bars that the Biden administration tossed off the Titanic. EPA needs to reassume responsibility for all of these funds. We will review every penny that has gone out the door. I will be referring this matter to the Inspector General's office and will work with the Justice Department as well. The days of irresponsibly shoveling boatloads of cash to far-left activist groups in the name of environmental justice and climate equity are over. The American public deserves a more transparent and accountable government than what transpired these past 4 years.
I ain't even gonna go no further, but come on, man. That was $20 billion sitting off in an account somewhere to pay people after the fact. He needs to be criminally charged. Seriously, real talk. I don't know if anybody else heard that, paid attention to what was going on. That was Lee Zeldin reporting on theft from the Biden administration, where they left $20 billion to 2 different separate companies offshore in order to dole out monetary to different entities after the fact of him being the president. That's probably what Trump was talking about when that meeting came the other day, when he said, Biden's got bigger problems to worry about. And also why they took the protection off of him, and also why everybody else, as far as the underlings and everybody that he protected, are now being what? They're being pursued on a state level. Because, yeah, you can't do it federal because they got those pardons. But I'm damn sure tell you, on a state level, everybody that got off with those pardons, they're looking at opportunities to exercise state criminal charges. It don't matter what jail you go to, federal or state, long as you in jail. That's what they forgot about. We got a lot. Oh my God. What you guys think about that? Now that was a exclusive like crazy. Do me a favor, y'all. We got the numbers up, double tap. Let's keep it going. Because now we got some Doge hating Democrats. These are some Doge hating Democrats that got hit at the Achilles heel. You know, when you get hit at the Achilles, you'd be like, oh. And Alina Habba gonna tell us how that happened. Check this out, y'all. I ain't even gonna pull no punches. Y'all got that 80 up there. I'm happy. Y'all appreciate the rest of the content. I don't care. Let's keep on going because we got them now. We got them. Let's go.
Alina Habba. Let's start with those 2. Well, good to have you, by the way. Let's start with those last 2 items.
It's interesting because the president gets elected to do a job. I think there are 40 lawsuits in total out there against Donald Trump and the administration so far. But I believe the courts, as part of the executive branch, he has the authority to do everything he's doing. Your reaction to the first two court decisions?
First of all, absolutely, he has the authority to do what he's doing. As we've seen yesterday, we had momentum where we were giving people money to walk away if you don't want to come to work. Imagine that. And we'll pay you till October. Imagine that. But they tried to stop it. Sean, we know what's going on here. It's very simple. It's the same thing that's been happening for the last 3.5 years. They're panicking, and the only thing they do is go to radical left judges that want to make a name for themselves to stop the executive branch for doing exactly what was mandated to do on November 5th when we swept the nation. It's absolutely ridiculous. And frankly, this is all over everything. I was discussing this actually with Elon, and I said, for all the money you've saved this country, perhaps we should also have a ticker for every case that they're going to bring. It's going to go up while this one goes down, because that's what they do. If we want to save money, people are going to get upset. Why are they getting upset? Because we're taking money out of their pockets. The best thing that Elon Musk is going to do is going to look at people's salaries and say, okay, if you make X amount of money and you're worth $68 million, we're going to look at why that is. And that's really the bottom line, because we could talk about everything, every executive order, but there is a panic in DC at this moment where I now live, and it is very simple. We are cutting them off from their funding. And that means politicians, not just saving taxpayer dollars. And that's where the panic is coming from. It's pretty basic.
Because these hidden shell companies, all they do is divert money right back to the politician or to their campaign or to whatever. And they tight behind that. When you follow the money, you never know where you're going to wind up at. Not only that, you're going to have major pushback in huge areas. That's why don't be surprised if you're going to see judges saying no, judges trying to suppress that. That's somebody on top of that judge telling them to shut that down, because when they find out, they're going to get to my bag. Bottom line, let's go. And this stuff can get us in trouble. Yeah, this is the type of shit that can get us in trouble right here, because we telling it. Double tap that screen, y'all. Double tap that, get them likes up.
Basic.
Look, I obviously, if you're friends with Donald Trump, you're going to be hated. All right, so we'll check that box on the Elon Musk side. But correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't he the guy that offered Starlink when people in North Carolina had no communication with the outside world, and he donated that? Didn't he offer the same thing to the people of California? Yeah. Don't we have 2 astronauts that have been pretty much lost in space or abandoned now for nearly 300 days, and our government can't save them, so he's going to go rescue them? And he's cutting out all of this waste. Why would you hate somebody like that?
It's so basic. You know what? It's very basic. Let's think about this. In our administration, we have a tremendous amount of billionaires who are successful businessmen, and I could name them all, but we know who they are, who have taken a leave, sold their companies, walked away from their lives to sacrifice to help America be great again. There are many, many. Now, Elon's become a target for one very simple reason, because he is cutting the funding to these politicians who have put their bureaucratic, personal financial gain and interest above the American people.
He's a billionaire. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? You can't hurt me. I don't need your money. What you gonna do? Think about it. He's the perfect person to have there, and they tight behind it. Why? Because they can't stop him. They don't pay him. They don't give him a salary. Trump does not even take a salary. He donates his salary every month to organizations. He does not even take a salary. So these guys have, sacrificed their companies in order to come back, in order to try to bring America to where it's supposed to be. Now, again, I'm not trying to tell you guys that we don't need to vet these people. We don't need to make sure that they're doing right by what they're supposed to do. But when people are stepping up trying to help, why you want to stop them? Again, because he's finding the money.
That is the difference. That may not be felt by some of the other people that are in the administration that have done the same thing that Elon does, that are incredibly successful billionaires. But they are targeting him because he is cutting their lifeline, their financial. Listen, Nancy made how much money? And we're going to go down the line of looking at all these people. There is no reason
Nancy Pelosi started off in black and white pictures. Go look. When y'all get off of here, please do me a favor. Go to Google and type in Nancy Pelosi. You're going to see her looking like she's 17 in office. 17 years old. Now she's about 90, and they have an app that tracks her husband's trades because they make so much money on the stock exchange. Some smart college kid said, you know what? We're going to make an X page, and we're going to follow all of the trades she does. We're also going to make an app. They're making tons of money just following her trades. So y'all tell me about that. We got a bunch of people that get into our government. They start off as in small positions. Next thing you know, they're billionaires. Yo, good looking out for the $2. Who's that? Thou from? Really appreciate that. Thanks for the like, you guys. Appreciate you guys. Double tap that screen if you appreciate the content. We loaded and locked today, and we still got more in the clip. Let's go.
The federal employee, me included, I shouldn't walk out richer from the federal government. That should not be the case.
No,
and I open you up to look because it's not going to
guarantee
happen. You don't do it.
You would make a lot more in the private sector. Elon Musk will probably make a lot
100%.
less, although, you know, when you have that kind of money, that money makes enough money, you know, on its own, in a sense. Even if you put it in a treasury at 5%, not a bad deal. And the president doesn't take a paycheck. He's losing money. People are in this to serve their country. I would argue almost everybody that you see every day in that White House is not making money.
I do. You're right. We don't. And the only reason they're screaming about Elon, it's very simple. Nobody has said it yet, and I'm going to say it. It's because they're hitting their pockets. Only reason they're screaming about Elon. They're not screaming about Howard Lutnick. They're not screaming about Bergam. They're not screaming about those billionaires. They're screaming about him. And that's because he's going in and hitting where it hurts. So you know what?
And when Trump came in the first time and he wasn't taking the money from them, it was the same situation. I'm going to be honest with you. The first time Trump was president, I don't think he really caught it. I don't think he really knew what importance, and he really didn't know what he was doing. But now, whoo, he got the deck stacked. He got the right people in there. And what you going to say to somebody that's not even taking a salary? Come on now. What are you going to say? Oh, no, he's not taking a salary because he's trying to rob people. No, he's not. He don't need the money. And he actually feels it right here where he wants us to win. That's what I like about what's going on right now. Anybody against that, get my bags, meet me in the airport, and I might be there. Real talk. Damn, go Puff, go $2 eggs, shut up. Yeah, that ain't got nothing to do with Elon or Trump. That has to do with bird flu. And in New York, they shut it down. They shut down all of the spots because all of the birds were like sick and stuff like that. So that has nothing to do with tariffs at all or anything. Okay, let's keep on going. Let's keep on going. What we got up in here? What's the comments like? All them actors for Illuminati. What you got? We got Bill Andy. Eggs are up in price. Why are chicken wings not high priced like they were during the pandemic? Don't even know. Makes sense. It's just like during the pandemic. Remember when Rick Ross was saying stuff like, we don't got that many wings, but we got a bunch of thighs at Wingstop? It was about to change the name to Thigh Stop. I don't know. I can't tell you. I'm vegan, so I don't got to worry about either or. So it is what it is. But check this out, you guys. We got some more stuff where we got this legal analyst, an attorney, that said that the Democrats, they're just basically walking into a legal trap with all of the stuff that they're doing, with all of the pushback. Because think about it. Everything that you just saw was actually good for the country, unless there's personal manipulation in what these guys are thinking. But everything on the surface that we saw was good for the country, right? Why is there so much pushback? Alina just told you, because they chasing the money, right? But also we got other situations where people are just like, you know, Letitia James and all of these other individuals who are now spewing their rhetoric that basically really has nothing to do with anything, but just to try to rile things up, just to try to get people nervous. And right back to what? The money. Because when you start chasing the money, and you got the money chasing the money, so not only do you have them inspecting and looking out and looking for the corruption, you got a billionaire doing it. So he know where to look. So they scared. I'd be scared too. If I stole something and he coming, I'd be scared too because of the fact that he knows exactly where to look at.
Day, this government's going to shrink. This president was elected to reduce the size of government. He's allowed to do that. These employees want this deal. Their own unions are opposing something they want, but it's not a scam. The government is bound by this deal. He is allowed to have Musk working through the White House. They have Treasury people and other officials now part of DOJ. Congress has a parallel DOJ committee. The IGs are doing their own investigation along the same lines. All of that is permissible.
That was legal expert John.
Yeah, so I put that up there for all that rhetoric and all that crap that Letitia James was not saying. He ain't been vetted. He ain't do this. He ain't do that. We gonna run it again, and we gonna thank Miracle for that $10. Real, thank you so much. I'm here for this. glad you are shredding the sunshine on the truth and allowing us to have a place to see it all played out in front of our faces. We need more men like you in the country. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And we're going to keep it going.
Jonathan Turley saying that President Trump is allowed to shrink the federal government. As a federal judge in Massachusetts hands Trump a victory on his federal worker buyout plan. That judge ruling that the union challenging the Trump buyout had no standing.
Again, the same. It's like this. How dare you? How you going to speak for me? Somebody about to give me $65,000 and told me I could work for the next 8 months. I might be doing something else. Excuse me. Come ask me if I want that money before you speak for me. $65,000, $70,000. Excuse me. Get out the way. I'll take that. Thank you, sir. You have a good day. Mind your business. Don't be talking for me. Got these unions up in here talking about these people don't want this money. I guarantee you half them people like, mind your business. Let me get that money because they already agreed to it.
Judge in Massachusetts hands Trump a victory on his federal worker buyout plan. That judge ruling that the union challenging the Trump buyout had no standing, meaning basically that none of their workers were even involved. In addition to that, the court itself had no authority. Basically, that this is just a frivolous lawsuit put up by obstructionist Democrats waging lawfare. Joining us now for reaction, former House Judiciary Chief Counsel under Clinton and attorney Julian Epstein. Julian, it's great to have you on this subject tonight. Wow, there are a lot of cases outstanding, and we're following a lot of different aspects of it here. But the constitutional crisis that the Democrats are screaming about is really the one that they are creating, which is that they're creating more lawfare. For example, that Boston judge, Judge O'Toole, really looked at this and realized without any jurisdiction, without participants actually litigating in this particular case, he would look like a fool to block President Trump's buyout.
Well, Jackie, thanks for having me. It's great to be with you. There is no constitutional crisis, and President Trump made it clear that he'll abide by whatever court decisions come down. So there is no constitutional crisis, and moreover, Trump is likely to win on all the major issues. Trump, as the chief executive of the executive branch, has the right to go in and audit and access payments, and he has his right to have his designee do that in Elon Musk. So the access to the payment systems is perfectly constitutional. He has the right to rescind or to slow down federal payments so long as they are not earmarked. He has the right to do workforce reductions within limits. Now, there may be challenges on second-order issues. I can imagine a judge saying that if Musk gets access to payment systems, he has to ensure that privacy information isn't leaked to the public. That's perfectly reasonable. I can see there being issues relating to lower-level civil service employees in terms of what protections they may have through the Merit Systems Protection Board. But these are secondary issues. For the most part, Trump has all of the authority he is going to need. And to the extent that some of these issues have not been decided and go to the Supreme Court, you're going to see happen exactly what happened in the ballot access, Trump's ballot issue in Colorado, and the immunity decisions, which are the Supreme Court has made it very, very clear that they do not regard the bureaucratic state as a fourth branch of government. They believe that it is an Article 2 executive branch within the Article 2 executive branch powers, and they will come down on the side of Trump. So the Democrats, from a legal point of view, Jackie, are walking into a legal trap where they're going to lose this issue and they're going to be embarrassed. And politically, this is a disaster for them. The public. So again, all that crap that Letitia was talking, I want you guys to understand why they were highlighting her in the bottom. They were basically saying, yeah, Letitia, you, because she did say me and 18 other lawyers just filed a lawsuit, right? Didn't she say that? Y'all remember she said that when she was talking all that crap, looking like Eddie Murphy's mother from The Nutty Professor. That's exactly why I got the picture next to her, because she damn sure the spitting image. And she just got a personal gripe with Trump, right? So now she's sitting there spewing all of this stuff, all this crap. Oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And look what just happened. They used her clip to show you this is what we mean. This is done. Out of it. They used her clip to let you guys know this is what we're referring to. Authority he is going to need, and to the extent that within the Article 2 executive branch powers, and they will come down on the side of Trump. So the Democrats, from a legal point of view, Jackie, are walking into a legal trap where they're going to lose this issue and they're going to be embarrassed. And politically, this is a disaster for them. The public is on the side of Trump here, not the Democrats.
I think you're right, and I think they're just trying to slow things down, but that's not even happening. Some of these judges are ruling pretty quickly. Julian, we really appreciate your time. So yeah, y'all keep on trying to put these roadblocks up to try to stop what the government is doing. And basically, the majority of us, like me, we voted for this. We tired of corruption. I don't like the way that y'all gave all that money to the migrants when they came in New York. I don't like you giving them licenses to be able to drive around and be balling and all of that. How do you get a car when you're a migrant and you just walked here from Venezuela? What's up with that? Where you get that money from? Could you be working for TEL or something like that? Exactly. What do they need with a license?
all of us take the train. What do you need with a license? Where'd you get the money from? How do we go to Randall's Island and in the parking lot, they find over 20 or 30 cars that's owned by illegal migrants with fake ghost plates on them? What are they doing with those cars? Where'd they get those plates from? Most of those plates come from cartel. And what are they doing moving around like that, functioning? Yeah, put your radar on these people. Do not stop. If it's smoking, there was a fire first. Don't listen to these people. Not only that, but 9 times out of 10, you want to pay attention to who's winning in the end. Do not go for the razzle dazzle. Don't go for the razzle dazzle or for the hook and joke. All of this look good. But whoever wins at the touchdown, that's the one that set it up. Don't go for that crap. Whoever's the beneficiary. And the beneficiaries of all of this monetary right now are fighting back and they peed off. Do me a favor, you guys. We got 700 and something, almost 800 people in the building. Let's double tap that screen and get them likes up. I would like for you guys to subscribe too. Get these subscriptions up so we can get more people up to know what we got going on. Become a member. Subscribe to the channel because right now, we got Maria Salazar. She's calling out the deranged and complete idiocy that's going on with this drag queen crap that I'm going to let her bring you guys up to date on. Watch this. This is some stuff right here that I did not know was going on, but Miss Salazar is going to bring us up to date and show us what was going on with the monetary deemed for U.S. aid.
Here in the House Foreign Affairs Committee, and I am very distraught because some of the programs that we have been talking about come from the region that I represent. Many people in South Florida that come from those countries of origin: Guatemala, Venezuela, and Peru. So I understand, Mr. Ignatios, that you do not agree with the way that Elon Musk has conducted his investigation into USAID. But I do believe, coming from the world of television, that you are judged by the results, not by the process. And Musk has discovered things that are completely and absolutely embarrassing. And in my, specifically the region that I'm saying that I'm representing a lot of constituents. So I want to salute you because you said that you did the job, you were the administrator, that you went line by line, that you were cleaning up the different programs, that you took your job very seriously. But apparently we are in different times. And I'm just going to share with you within the time that I have 3 programs coming from Latin America, which I think that are highly embarrassing. Let's start with Venezuela.
Hidden money. This is how they hide money and make up false situations in other countries. Because how are we going to know if they make something up in a third world country for something and act like they're sending the money over there? That's what they're doing.
Very seriously, but apparently we are in different times. And I'm just going to share with you within the time that I have 3 programs coming from Latin America, which I think that are highly embarrassing. Let's start with Venezuela. And here's the video that Chairman played before. Venezuelans, they're fleeing Marxism. They're hungry. The average Venezuelan weighs 15 pounds less because of lack of food. We know that Chavez has destroyed the country. They make it to Ecuador. They're tired. And then they encounter that the United States, which is the beacon of hope, is offering this program to become a drag queen. So I think there's something wrong with that picture. And I'm not sure if we can play it again, but I just wanted your opinion.
Well, that particular program was a State Department program. And I have great respect for the State Department, but I think it's appalling they did it, to be very frank with you.
So you do not agree with those $35,000
No,
invested?
I don't. I think we should stick with our basic mission.
Yeah, well, but you agree that they have not under you.
Oh, no, they have not.
They have not.
And
Okay,
I think
so
that
let's
needs
go
to be
I just want to
changed.
hear your thoughts because unfortunately
Just one
is of the
comment,
essence. $2 million for Native Indians in Guatemala. President Giammattei called me. I've never had a president from a country saying, I don't want the United States money. Highly conservative. These are the Native Indians in Guatemala, people who are just, flipping the tortillas and they just want to learn how to do a job, not sex change surgeries. What do you think about that?
That's beyond what this AID mission is. I don't think.
Good. That's all we need to know. Peru, in the Amazon. This is the jungle. This is not Jeff Bezos' Amazon. This is like where people have harsh conditions. They need mosquito nets to fight malaria. So $25,000 for diversity recruitment events. What is a diversity recruitment event in the middle of the jungle?
I have no idea. Congressman, just one comment. You can move aid to do what you want by hiring a development professional, a conservative, who knows how to manage a large, complex operation. Mark Green was such a person, under Trump.
But then what happened between your time and this time? Tell me. What happened?
Well, politics gets involved.
Oh, politics. But then Elon Musk comes and tries to flee politics and go back to the original mission of the program. Is that correct?
I think it would be useful if Musk and some of his staff would go to the field and see the projects.
Well, I'm
think
not
they would
sure.
take a different
I'm
view.
sure they don't have time, sir, to do that. But what I'm saying is that he did something that, according to what you just explained, brings benefit to the USAID programs.
The USAID staff do what the political appointees tell them to do.
Well,
Right?
okay.
They don't initiate these things.
They don't.
Oh.
So that means that all these directives came from the White House.
The White House, yes, and the State Department.
So then, okay, but then the White House, the State Department responds to the White House. So you are telling me that under the Biden administration, the USAID lost its course, yes or no?
I think AID needs to be more independent of the
And you
political
just told me,
wars in
that
Washington.
the State Department is the one that directs.
Yes.
That, okay, and the State Department responds to the White House.
That's correct.
All right, so that means then that the White House gave the wrong directives to USAID.
In my view.
In your view. Good. Thank you. Well, that's all we needed to know.
So all that gay stuff, all that transgender stuff, $35,000 a month to go towards diversity programs in the Amazon jungle. What she said was that wasn't the Jeff Bezos Amazon jungle. We're talking about the Amazon jungle where people worried about catching malaria and getting and having nets. What are they worried about diversity, gay inclusion, or whatever like that for? Basically, what we're trying to tell you guys is this. When USAID wants to hide money, they give it to, just like he said, a coordinator who goes out, may even make up a fake situation in order for them to get the money. They don't even care if it happens. That's the bottom line, what's really going on. Because are you going to the Amazon jungle to find out what's going on? It seems like they just make up these things. I'm going to start a program in Afghanistan to make pancakes for 7-year-olds. Boom, they're going to fund it. And then you know what? Whoever put it together, they get their cut. That person, that politician, they get their cut. That's what's been going on. And that's what I've been trying to explain to you guys, how they're getting down. So now that you see the wool coming from out of the people's eyes, they're getting paid for that. A lot of the politicians are losing money and they're mad at Elon because he's finding the money. That's what they're really mad about. And Maria Salazar was just basically calling everything out and showing you guys what was going on. Yeah. But check this out, yo. We're going to wind down a little bit because we got a lot of politics. And, we got to get to local news and a couple of other things and make sure that we covering what we always promise, stuff that doesn't get that much coverage. We got a situation right now where officers recovered more than $5 million in stolen luxury vehicles. I ain't even see this clip yet. So I guess I figured I'm going to watch it with you guys. $5 million in luxury vehicles. Let's see what this is about.
To a ritzy Tax Act is designed to help you get your taxes done.
So excited to announce that we are rolling out a full suite of digital marketing.
Turning now to a crime alert and the trio of trouble tied to a ritzy ripoff.
Police say these suspects carried out an elaborate scheme targeting exotic cars. Local 10's Rosh Lowe is live in Miami Beach with the details. Rosh.
Can you even imagine you order your Rolls Royce, right? Hundreds of thousands of dollars, it never comes. And according to Miami Beach Police, this situation is a nationwide problem where the crooks out there are able to reroute these high-priced cars. On the beach so far, 3 arrests and millions of dollars worth of vehicles. They've gotten them back. This is video provided by Miami Beach Police. You're looking at one of the high-end exotic cars, a Rolls Royce. Cops say it was recovered after an elaborate scheme to rip off pricey cars.
This is a very dynamic and developing situation. A couple weeks ago, our investigators arrested 3 individuals connected to this robust crime scheme.
Cops say the crooks would get into the vehicle dispatch system and reroute the cars. According to detectives, the suspects engaged in rerouting truck drivers at the point of vehicle pickup, diverting shipments to fraudulent locations.
We believe that this is a very new crime trend. Our investigators have uncovered and solved something that a lot of investigators across the nation are calling to seek assistance with. But we're not done. There are other pieces to the puzzle.
Essentially, the victims would order their high-end cars and never get them. Cops say they have recovered about $5.3 million in stolen luxury cars.
We do believe that it's an organized crime scheme.
Detectives arrested 3 people so far: 41-year-old Yuri Korostovsky, 53-year-old Armin Gavorgian, 43-year-old Hrant Nazarian on January 31st. The suspects have been charged with multiple offenses, including grand theft, dealing in stolen property, and conspiracy to commit organized fraud.
My thing is this. Everyone here seems like they're well over 50, in their 40s. One thing about me, I always say to myself, ain't no way I'm going to get to that age and wind up starting to do no crimes. Because I ain't trying to get locked up at this age. 19, 15, whatever. You got time to catch up and fix it. Too old to be doing this crap. And Lord knows what type of time they're looking at because of the amount of monetary and who they stole these cars from.
We will seek justice with other key players in this investigation.
So one thing is clear after we spoke with police. This is an ongoing issue, an ongoing problem. More arrests.
So this is a follow-up story because last week we actually did do the video with that person that got that Rolls Royce stolen, and he didn't get it back. So I guess they were actually able to, to get it back now because that's the same Rolls. I think it's worth $300,000 if I'm not mistaken. And that was episode like 76 or something like that. If you guys want to go back and watch that, because we already covered that. That's a follow-up story to what's going on. But what I do want you guys to see, I want to ask you guys this. This is going to probably make some people angry at me, and some people are going to understand me. Have you ever seen some like videos on YouTube where the Uber driver's like, I'm eating the fries from the person that I'm supposed to be giving the food to, where your Uber Eats food is getting eaten, or it doesn't get delivered, or the person that gets it said that they didn't get it? Have you guys ever seen any of those videos? I've seen a lot of them, and a lot of people, because we're human beings and content is content. So a lot of times you might, do something and say, hey, this happened to me, let me show it. So there's a lot of people out here right now that are showing videos of Uber Eats people eating their food, or the Uber Eats person coming back and saying, why'd you lie and say that you didn't get your food and I see you eating it right now, you got it or whatever like that. Guess what? The sad part about it is it's happening, it's prevalent, and almost because of that, Uber has also just created what? Robots. Yes, that's right. They got a robot, like a little buggy. They put your food inside of it, whatever restaurant, put your food inside of it. It closes, and it literally drives to your crib, sidewalks, obeying the traffic and everything like that. Next thing you know, it gets to the front of your house. Yes, it rings on your phone and lets you know your food is here. You go outside. The only way that thing can open is with the app. Then you get your food and it's all good. To me, sorry to say it, I'd rather get my food that way. I'd rather deal with the robot than the person. I understand I might be cutting you out, and Uber, now that person is not getting paid, Uber's saving monetary. But I would rather my food come to me like that. It's more trustworthy, more healthier, and they can't say that they delivered it and you didn't get it. Check this out. Let me know what you guys think about this, because this is a test in small areas, but it's definitely something that they're about to start bringing in. Now, I can't tell you that it's going to work good in the Bronx. I can't tell you that this program is going to work good in the hood in Dallas. But I see that they're trying to implement it and see if it's going to work, and that's how they're doing it right now. So this is the new Uber Eats robots now delivering food in New Jersey.
Uber Eats, you may have your food delivered by a robot.
So the company's bringing this new technology to the East Coast for the very first time. Fox Eye's Antoine Lewis gives us a close-up look at how exactly it works.
Food delivery is now firmly in the 21st century. Uber Eats customers in Jersey City can soon choose to have a robot deliver their food.
We really match with what's going to be best for the customer experience, whether that's a robot or a human courier. We also are thinking about the communities that we serve. All of these vehicles are electric vehicles, and also they help with road congestion on the streets as well.
When making an order on Uber Eats, customers will have the option to select traditional human delivery or delivery from a driverless robot made by the company AV Ride. Customers can then track the robot through the Uber Eats app. Restaurants lock the food order inside the robot. Once it arrives, measures are in place to ensure it's delivered to the correct recipient.
It doesn't unlock until it reaches the customer, and only the customer is able to unlock it within the Uber Eats app by clicking unlock. So no one is able to get into the compartment, and that's how we're able to avoid any sort of tampering with their food in the robot.
And the cost of this high-tech delivery service?
There is no additional cost. It's the same delivery fee as a human courier. If a customer does add a tip onto the order, and they're matched with a delivery robot, then that tip is refunded, so it's not charged.
Uber Eats says the robots have a range of up to 31 miles and can travel up to 5 miles an hour on one charge. The robots can deliver in good and bad weather, including snow. The service is currently available in Dallas and Austin. Jersey City is its first East Coast market.
The thought was that, it's a densely populated area. We have infrastructure like bike lanes, wider sidewalks, deliveries robust down here. So it's a good opportunity to learn. And that's what we're trying to do. And that's why, we're excited to partner with them.
Right now, the service is available from 11 to 9 in downtown Jersey City with plans to gradually expand. From Jersey City, Antoine Lewis, Fox 5 News.
I think it's cool. I think it's cool. What do you guys think about that? I mean, like I said, no tampering with your food. Don't got to worry about, and don't get me wrong. I love the human contact, and I think that people do deserve to get tips. Honest days work deserves to get honest days pay. But it's just something about that buggy pulling up and the thing going back, and then you smelling that first aroma from it being in there and you knowing that it's safe. I don't know. And then when as far as the delivery charge, more money for Uber. So now after a while, they're going to be paying off those rides. And there's no extra, there's additional charge for delivery. But if you tip, the tip automatically goes back, because why you tipping a robot, guys? Why you tipping a robot? What do you guys think about that right there? Would you order that Uber, or would you let the people come to get your food? Would you let the people deliver your food, or would you? Yeah, you see that? I'm starting to think robots are going to take over the world. Addicted, Miss May. You know what I also thought, guys? Check this out. I thought somebody might try to steal a robot, but then I thought again, nope, because they got tracking on it, GPS. And then you're in real trouble, because if they find that damn robot in your crib and you're trying to steal, you're going to get in some serious trouble. But there will be some theft going on. Some people are going to try to do some things. There are going to be a couple of practices that they probably got to, work through. But I'm sure they're going to work it, and it's going to be a good program. With that being said, you guys, I hope that you had a good time today, because I know I did. I know we killed it, and we did our thing. We did our numbers, and they not messing with us. So when it comes down to who's the best in the morning, I'm going to say it's me, bottom line, and my co-host, because without y'all, I couldn't even do the show. And with that being said, I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Enjoy your Saturday, because you could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. So till tomorrow, next episode, y'all already know how we do it. Subscribe to the channel. Check out another video. We got a lot more videos as well for y'all to look at. Every time we do a live, go in the description and there is a survey. Today's survey pays up until $350. It's only got room for 15 people. So run and get to that survey in the description right now. And I hope you guys win some of that money. If you do get some money off the surveys, please let me know, because we're starting a wall of winners. And we already got a couple of people that won a lot of money on surveys. We're going to start putting a wall of winners up. I want you to be a winner. I don't ask for no bread. It'll be cool that you tip me if you did. But I also always make sure that y'all got some snaps on the petrol so y'all can do what y'all got to do. So yeah, check out the survey in the description. Like, subscribe to the channel. And until tomorrow, y'all already know you could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. Get 'em! 1.